Well, can you start by telling us your name and the company you're from, and just a little bit about the company and its role in the trucking industry?
Okay. I'm Jon Gustafson, and I'm a co-founder of Cascade Sierra Solutions with Sharon Banks, and she's the environmental inspiration of the company, and I sort of look after the business development side of how we've come to be and where we've gone. The purpose of Cascade Sierra Solutions is to act as a central place to bring together government, both the regulatory and the environmental regulators and technologies, and be a place where the technologists and the vendors can bring equipment that's of interest to government and bring one third party, and that's the financial resources of banks and lending institutions and government incentive programs, and bring all those 3 or 4 elements together where truckers can deal with their issues. And usually they have a compliance issue, they don't know what kind of equipment to get, they don't know how they're going to afford equipment, and what we do is we put in centers where all of that can be discussed, and the trucker can be put in touch with the equipment provider, close a loan with a grant from his state or from the federal government, and actually upgrade his truck. We've done over 2,000 trucks now. We intend to do 30,000 trucks on the West Coast in 5 years. That's about 1/3 of the West Coast fleet. That's our goal, and we're well on our way. We have 26 people and 3 centers in place, with 3 new centers about to be created in Seattle, Los Angeles, and Dallas-Fort Worth.
And how is transformational trucking, or improving the energy efficiency of the trucking industry, how is that important to your clients and to your company, and if so,
Yes,
why?
yes, it's important in a number of ways. First of all, if trucks are more efficient, then the truck owner or operator is going to make more money. As an example, if you can improve the efficiency of a truck by just 10%, then the 20,000 gallons that he buys a year, you can save him 2,000 gallons perhaps, and 2,000 times $4 is $8,000 a year. That's a substantial increase in his income. The other side of their interest is truckers live inside these vehicles that are having emissions on them all the time, and it becomes a fundamental health issue. Drivers are typically not as healthy as the normal public is. They have higher incidence of diabetes type 2, of asthma, of lung problems, and in their industry they can't get health insurance, and so it's a livability issue also. Transformational trucking also incorporates making the truck itself more friendly to live in. You've seen the large trucks with the large condos on the back. Those are actually now small apartments, and with the heating and air conditioning systems that we can put into them, they're actually quite nice. They're great places to spend a long time, and a typical over-the-road trucker will spend 25 days a month in that truck. So they're interested in having a better truck for just the livability purposes also. There's many reasons. Obviously the communities want to have the work done to increase the fuel efficiency of trucks because of the emissions that go into the community right along the corridors that they travel.
And is the trucking community an active sort of participant in trying to improve the efficiency, or do you think most of the work of improving energy efficiency is coming from fleet managers or the government? Or
the increasing fuel efficiency is an interest of everybody, but it's going to be the fleets that tend to do the engineering breakthroughs because they in their own organizations, they secretly are trying out every technology to make their truck more competitive, more attractive in the marketplace. Those commercial incentives and intentions are supplemented by the government or the public agencies who set goals and sometimes set requirements to the extent that there's another purpose to be served by a clean truck. For instance, in California, the air quality now is sufficiently bad that the government is forced to say we cannot have trucks that are not performing at certain levels, and those rules are going into effect. Now, that means that the industry is being driven towards higher technologies to transformation, in addition to being incentivized to do that.
And I guess as one last question, what do you think the prospects are for making transformational changes in the trucking industry?
Very good. It's happening as we speak. If you were to look at the trucking industry 10 years ago and see what kind of equipment was being utilized 10 years ago versus what's coming off the line now, it's absolutely changed. The 2007 engine right now has 85% less emissions coming out the stack than a truck 10 years old, and those technologies, along with the livability issues that I mentioned earlier, are vast improvements. Also, there's other things that are evolving. The logistics, there's something called the logistics chain on how loads get or how goods and services get manufactured and then moved to the final consumer. These systems, including the warehouses, are very, very sophisticated, and they're reducing the amount of time spent on trucks. Trucks are being used as also a warehouse component for goods en route. And so the integration of the logistics people along with the trucking industry has moved this industry a long ways. The interesting thing to study now is where can it go from here. They're beginning to approach the best they can do with diesel-fueled engines. And so now you're going to probably see changes in the way the transportation infrastructure works, better highways, better bridges. There will be better planning on how trucks enter cities and urban areas and where they operate and how they operate. And so you're going to see a lot more advances on those fronts also.
Great.
Thank you very much.